And hello, I'm Reg Land, and I play Roy.
This is Jason Kistler, and I play the part of Adam.
From the opening scene until the closing scene, Somewhere in Indiana is really an emotional roller coaster ride. It's a journey.
Adam is a 36-year-old. He's been laid off. He was from Cincinnati, and he just got laid off of his job a few months ago, over the past year anyway.
And my character, Roy, intriguing. Truly a role to die for. I come into the film about a third of the way in after the four main characters have met. And I am going there myself, finally to, I think, to redeem myself and find myself. And it becomes a very interesting encounter.
The idea for Somewhere in Indiana really occurred to me probably in September, before we premiered Losers Lounge. I think I was fascinated with the idea where some people feel they can go to a certain place and have this out-of-body experience almost. Now, I've been to a lot of places that moved me: the Great Wall of China, the Vietnam War Memorial, seeing the Alps, the Grand Canyon, and other places. But the fact is, those feelings were always part of me. It's just that seeing those sites or visiting those shrines helped bring out the feelings that were there always inside of me. So I wanted to deal with that issue. You know, it turns out that from almost the start of recording history, man has made pilgrimages, and pilgrimages was really to gain enlightenment, or to gain insight, or to gain some sort of a personal salvation. Today we call those pilgrimage vacations, and we really go someplace to see something that we can't normally see in our normal life, everyday life, and to experience things that we normally can't experience. So I wanted to combine a pilgrimage with a sort of a mini trip, a vacation, and I wanted to examine how four people would come to grips with personal problems that they were capable of solving, but really didn't realize that they could solve them.
Let me ask you, Don, why on that pilgrimage that you introduced a character like Roy that is a ghost and appears in these people's lives?
Well, I think some people will obviously draw the conclusion that Roy is a ghost, or some people may question that analysis of yours. He certainly could be Eddie Ray's ghost. He certainly could be a little boy. He certainly could be none of the above or all of the above. But I wanted to have Roy, in my mind, served as a conduit for the four characters to solve their emotional problems.
When Don gave me a call, actually I think he emailed me. He got my email from another director and sent me an email wondering if I'd be interested in participating in the film as an actor. And so I had Don come over to my house and we talked about the project, and I believe he gave me one of the first drafts of the script, so I could read it and take a look at the project as a whole. And we sat and talked about it, and there are a few different reasons why I was attracted to the script and the project, and working with Don. This is the first time that I've worked with him. He knew that the script wasn't totally completely finished, and it needed a little bit of fine-tuning here and there, and we talked about that a little bit. Maybe a little bit more character development in some scenes. And so I think the script was right where it needed to be for where Don was with putting his cast and crew together, and it still, the skeleton of the script was there, and some of the people that we were going to bring on board will really help flush out the rest of the script and make it into the project that it has become today. And so I really enjoyed Don's ability to allow us some flexibility and some leniency with how we were going to put the entire project together, and he seemed really open to new ideas and some slight script changes here and there, and I think that really marks a really good director when he's able to listen to the people around him and at least he's not necessarily going to change everything that gets brought up, but that was probably the main thing that attracted me to working on the project was kind of how Don was going to allow us to sort of free-think the final bits and pieces of the script of the project.
Well, both Jason and Reg made an outstanding contribution to the script development. I've always viewed the movie-making process as a very collaborative effort, and I sort of came up with a raw idea. I actually wrote the script in probably less than 4 weeks.
Honestly, we didn't have to change that much. He had a wonderful story he had down on paper, and some of the thoughts and sentiments in his screenplay were just absolutely wonderful. That made the whole project irresistible to me. So.
And I want to thank both of you and all of the actors and all of the crew members for the outstanding job and the very hard work that we did on this.
Somewhere in Indiana,